Guys, welcome back, and we're moving on to T in the Smarter Goal system, and this is definitely a really crucial and important part for any goal, and that is that every goal that you set, it must have a time frame. It must be time dependent, and you must define the amount of time that you want to be able to achieve that certain outcome. So again, using that 5 pound, if you were then going to set a goal of 7 days because you were going to go on a detox, that's probably not very realistic, although it's possible. You definitely want to be intelligent when you're determining your time frame, and that'll certainly help keep you accountable along the way, so that you can have a process that you have already determined in your action plan. If you think back to the previous videos, that's what you need to be focused on. Now, you can probably think back to when you were at school and you had deadlines and you had to submit your proposals and assignments, and you always left it to the last second. You know yourself better than anyone else, and I think you'll find that most of us are the same. So it's really important that when you set your time frame, that you can then work backwards. That's what I like about deadlines, is you've got some backward integration. Okay, you've set your goal. You know how you're going to measure it. You know that you've got certain resources that you need to find or compile to keep your accountability and to be able to implement that plan. And now you've got a time frame. So you've got a whether it's a 28-day, a month, 6 weeks, an 8-week, a 12-week goal. I definitely find that the time frame that you use, depending on the goal of course, is going to be far more effective. It's going to be far easier for you to achieve if you break down that big goal into smaller goals, so that the time frame that you're allowing yourself to achieve is a lot more realistic. All right, there's a lot of research, and from my own experience and working with clients, if the goal is too big and the ultimate goal, which is still good to have, is too unrealistic, it's too far away, it's not present enough, which means you're not going to be present in that process as effectively as you probably would like to. So keep that time frame relevant, specific, and a short amount of time, and then work backwards from there. All right, so if we can go through this whole SMART process, you've set a goal, 5 pounds. You've now got ways to measure it through your clothes, photos, body fat, circumferences, skin folds. You know what your action steps are. You're going to work with a coach 3 days a week. For strength training, you're going to do your intervals 2 days a week during your HIIT class. You're going to go and do a swim, and you're going to go for a bike ride or yoga on the other days. Then you put it into your daily plan on what you're going to do each day. The resources you need, the coach, what kind of recipes, what kind of support on nutrition, do you need food delivery? Okay, they are your resources, and your time frame, 5 pounds, might be 28 days. 28 days is a fantastic duration of time. It's 4 weeks. It fits into everybody's month, every month of the year. That's why I developed the 28-day fitness challenge program. And it gives you that opportunity to evaluate, which is what we're going to cover in the next video. All right, so that's the first most important 5 steps of the cycle. The last 2 steps, which I've added to the Smarter Goal system, is coming up next. We'll see you soon.